get into a little bit of audiovisual. I don't know if you know about royal warrants. Do you know about royal warrants in this country? It's sort of like a patent. It's something that you get from the royal family that says that you make things for them. And Dunhill got one early on, and the sales went right through the roof as soon as we got the royal warrant. And due to various diplomatic problems, we lost it, and the sales went down. We got it back again. The sales went up. We lost it again. Well, we've tried to diversify lately, and we make a lot of leather goods, and I'm sure you are familiar with our product line. But we thought that it would really help us if we could get the royal warrant back. And as you know, I am somewhat of the ambassador for Dunhill, since I can't do anything else. And so Uncle Dickie, my Uncle Richard, called me to his house and said he had this mission for me, that he had set up a meeting with the royal family, and he wanted me to go there and see if I could get the royal warrant back. And he had a little gift for the Queen. Now, you understand diplomacy. Diplomacy always works a little bit better when you bring some sort of gift to sort of lubricate the machinery of diplomacy. And the Queen, can't keep the gift. She puts it in the public trust, but you give her something, and it makes it nice. And so he gave me this little box, this little metal box, and a key. And he said, "Give this to the Queen when you meet her, and say it's just a gift from the Dunhill Company to Her Majesty, and we hope that that she likes it, and it's just a nice little thing." And I said, "What's in it?" And he said, "None of your business. Just give it to the Queen. We don't want you mucking this up like you mucked up the poppy. Need I bring up the poppy?" All right, fine. So I went home, and I had the strong box, and I had the key, and I put the strong box on my desk. And I was about to go out to have a little drinky in my favorite pub, the Bull and Onion, and I took a look at the strong box. I just, you're curious. How many people have curiosity? Well, at least more than have boats. All right. I just wanted to see what was inside. So I unlocked the strong box, and there was this fabulous ring, a gold ring with this enormous ruby on it, which had been faceted so that it was flat on the top, and they had engraved the top of the ruby and inlaid it with gold with the Dunhill D. It was a wonderful ring, very large ring. I had to take it out, and it actually fit perfectly on my pinky finger. And I thought, this ring has been sitting somewhere in a dusty vault for decades, since my great-grandfather made it, and it really should see the air. And not only that, but I cut rather a dash wearing it. I really look nice in it, and I think I'll go out and just wear it. And so I did. I went out to my local pub and was having a little drinky, maybe 2 or 3, and a very lovely young-looking woman sat down beside me, and it came about that her name was Darlene, which starts with a D, you see. Well, we may have gotten rather better acquainted. I'm not really sure. I don't really remember exactly how the evening ended. I knew that I had a week before I had to see the Queen. And the next thing that I remember was waking up in a rather expansive palatial hotel suite. Now, I won't tell you that I woke up and said, "Where am I?" because I knew exactly where I was. The members of the Dunhill family that have moved to the States have all moved to Las Vegas, and we occasionally go there to visit them. And I was in our suite on the top floor of the Bellagio Hotel in Las Vegas. Well, all right, stranger things have happened, but I looked beside me, and there was this beautiful woman beside me, Darlene. And you can imagine my chagrin when she opened her beautiful eyes, looked up into my face, and said, "Who are you?" Well, my embarrassment was only increased by the fact that I couldn't really remember at that moment. But fortunately for both of us, there was this rather florid-looking legal document on the bedside table that had both of our names engraved on it. Unfortunately, it turned out to be a marriage certificate. And so you see this new piece of jewelry on my finger, which therein lies the tale. Evidently, we had gotten on a plane at Heathrow and flown to Las Vegas and gotten married the previous night. Well, we didn't know what to do. Neither one of us wanted to be married, so I decided to get up and make breakfast. Well, I didn't have any problem with tomato juice, but the vodka was giving me a little bit of a trouble, and so I took out my cell phone and just laid it down on the counter so that I could deal with the vodka, and I got a call from my cousin Nigel, who lives in Las Vegas. And he called me to tell me something that I didn't need to know. He called me to tell me that he heard that I had been disinherited again over the debacle of the poppy. And I said, yes, thank you, Nigel, I know. Thank you for calling. So nice. I hope to see you again sometime soon. Well, Darlene overheard this conversation, and she said, when I met you last night, I understood that you were a member of a very wealthy family, and that you were sort of a member in good standing. Is that right? Yes. Yes. And you say you've been disinherited again? How many times have you been disinherited? And I looked at her rather candidly. I said, 14. 14 times? You've been disinherited 14 times? Well, she took off the ring and threw it at me. Thank goodness. She stormed out of the room. I flew back to London, was able to meet the Queen in time, and all's well that ends well. I hear that Darlene now has a little gambling establishment on the shores of Lake Tahoe. So it all worked out well. But that is just a little brief glimpse into my travails as an ambassador for the Dunhill Company. I would like to now go into, do we have the audio visuals?
Yes, if I was any taller.
Oh, wonderful. Everyone will be able to see them but me.
Sorry, Bob.
So let me ask you, do you know anything about pipes?
A little bit.
You're a really lively crowd, aren't you? You don't own boats, you don't like water, you don't know anything about pipes. I thought that I would go, now, do we have the first slide up?
We're getting there. Stand by.
All right. This is a little something that I put together. I hope it's fun. You may find this presentation elementary, but then I prepared it for an elementary school back home in England. It's never too early to teach tiny tots the difference between right and wrong, I thought. At any rate, I thought you might appreciate that we Dunhills have not given up fighting the good fight. Even if we stand alone, we stand firm. We have the first slide?